So practice today was a heavy one on the injury front, but plenty of good stuff happened too. Rashee Rice looked like himself again. Cyrus Allen keeps building something with Patrick Mahomes that's pretty hard not to get excited about, and there's a conversation worth having about this offensive line with Mahomes still working his way back from that knee injury. So I combed through every rep, quote, and report out of St. Joe today so you don't have to. Here's everything from today's practice at Chiefs training camp that you need to see. So let's start with the receiver room because Rashee Rice is starting to look like himself again. He's put together several days of full practice in a row now, and today he connected with Mahomes for a touchdown pass. Rashee looks like he's progressing exactly the way you'd want from the knee and the surgery. I fully expect him to be the focal point of this passing attack again this year, and I'm looking at a guy who should be in line for 1,000 yards easily receiving and 8 or more touchdowns on the season. So comment below, are you with me on that 1,000 yards plus and 8 TDs plus for Rashee Rice this year, or am I just being a little too optimistic? Now, the other receiver getting some real buzz right now, Cyrus Allen, and today he gave us more proof why. Mahomes is constantly looking his way in his progressions, and today he took some of those seam route reps that have typically gone to Xavier Worthy or even Tyquan Thornton. Allen already might have the best release package of any wide receiver on this entire roster. He ran mostly out of the slot in college, yeah, but Andy Reid's going to ask him to play a little bit of everywhere, and his release and his speed make those vertical routes exactly the kind of thing a coach, a team, and a quarterback in Patrick Mahomes who've said for years that they want to push the ball down the field, and they're going to keep going back to that. And to be clear, this isn't a shot at Tyquan Thornton either. He's still going to get plenty of those looks too. It's just great having multiple guys who can threaten a defense deep. So drop it in the comments below. Who do you trust more on the deep ball right now, Cyrus Allen or Tyquan Thornton? And look, if this video is giving you any value, do me a favor and click that like button really fast so you can tell YouTube to keep showing you more all chiefed up. Also, smash that sub button too. Now back to it. Now let's get into the health report today because there's a lot to cover. Several offensive linemen were out of practice. Chu Godric missed with an ankle injury. Josh Simmons had a back injury. Trey Smith with a hip. And Matt Waletzko with a knee. Linebacker Jack Cochran and defensive tackle Omar Norman-Lott were both out today as well, and receivers Jeff Weimer and Jimmy Holiday missed practice today too. On the positive side, Drew Tranquill, Chamari Connor, and L'Jarius Sneed were all back and working with the team. Sneed appears to be on some kind of a maintenance program at this point, and I'd expect that to continue right into the season, sitting one day, limited the next, full to go the day after. With Simmons and Smith both out, the offensive line today was Jalen Moore at left tackle, Mike Caliendo, Hunter Norzad rotating in at the right guard, Khalil Benson at right tackle, Creed Humphrey at center, and Kingsley Suamataia at the left guard spot. And look, guys, I know there's some real PTSD on injuries here. That one really did burn fans. Day-to-day turned into basically a lost season for the guy. But I don't think that's what's happening here. I'm not too worried about the starters at this point. Simmons' back is likely bothering him because he had to carry the entire offensive line all day yesterday. The guy was even working with the third team at one point. Trey Smith is going to be ready when it counts. I know this. What actually concerns me is the backup situation. Against the Rams, we saw a countless number of technique and mental errors up front.
It's the beauty of camp right now. Obviously, we're in the dog days of camp. Last week's performance wasn't ideally our best. We still got to make sure that we're cleaning up all the pre-snap procedural stuff. We got to be able to get out the huddle and give ourselves a chance to line up and play. And on top of that, we got to eliminate the holding calls. So if we can eliminate that stuff, we'll give ourselves a chance. Right now, we're still in camp mode, working on the developmental process, making sure that our guys understands the what's, the whys, and the hows, okay? And that's our job as coaches. We got to make sure that they understand all the little things that we're inputting into them to get them to go out and perform on game day. So right now, we're not where we need to be. There was some good, but these practices that we've had the past few days, the guys have stepped up. They've accepted the challenge, and they understand, okay, what needs to be accomplished. So we're just going to continue to grow from here on out.
Esapole's injury from yesterday needs to be watched closely as well, and the fact that we keep having to lean on Caliendo and keep him around on the roster, That feels like it says something more about how slowly Hunter Norzad and some of these other young guys are actually developing. So let me know down in the comments, is the offensive line your biggest worry heading into the season right now, or is something else keeping us up at night? So 2 new injuries popped up today as well. Tyquan Thornton left practice on a cart in the front seat, and it was later confirmed as a hamstring injury. And defensive end Ashton Gelati got hurt while tackling tight end Jared Wiley, holding the back of his right foot as he walked to the medical tent. This is his second injury issue this camp after already dealing with a hamstring injury all the way through. Hamstrings are always something you don't love to see, especially with skilled players. Just look at what happened with Jordan Tyson down in New Orleans. He's still struggling with it. But it's early and nobody's indicated this is anything more than a minor tweak right now. As for Gelati, this guy just seems to be getting harassed by the injury bug this year, and that's disappointing to see. I fully expected a big year 2 out of Ashton, and honestly, it can still happen, I guess, but this isn't what I expected, and I'd bet it isn't what he expected either heading into the middle of August. So comment below which one worries you more right now, Thornton's hamstring or Gelati's new foot injury. And there's some more from the defense today as well. Peter Woods has apparently been playing through a left ankle injury that's been limiting his lateral burst, something a lot of people didn't know about up until this point. A lot of fans were pretty disappointed in how he played against the Rams, and honestly, I hope this dampens some of that criticism just a little bit, because once this heals up and he gets that burst back, I think he's going to be right back to bullying people the way we saw him do earlier in camp. So drop it below. Did you guys know about that ankle injury, and do you think it changes your opinions on how Woods looked versus the Rams? And finally, we had Xavier Wampa. He had himself a day. He picked off a pass in the end zone during red zone 11-on-11s, and he also delivered a pretty big hit on running back Jaden Ott. Ott did manage to hang on to the ball, so that's a positive. This guy is trending toward making the roster at this point in my eyes, 100%. But I will say this too, we've seen these preseason flashes before and watched a guy still get cut. Hallisey had an excellent preseason not that long ago, just a couple years back, and he didn't make the team. So it's not a guarantee yet. These young guys just have to keep stacking good days and making themselves seen by the coaching staff. So drop your prediction in the comments right now. Does Xavier Wampa make the final roster or not? What do you guys think? This video today is sponsored by Prize Picks. Today's Taco Tuesday, so we're going to go 18.5 points on the Taco Tuesday pick for Kelsey Mitchell. Indiana Fever, we're going to go more there, and we're going to stick with the Indiana Fever, and we're going to take Caitlin Clark more than 19.5 points. We'll also take Angel Reese more, 8.5 rebounds, and then we'll take Carlos Rodon on the Green Goblin at Baltimore, more 3.5 Ks, and we're going to go ahead and lock that in. If you want to follow along with all of our prize picks, go down to the description, click that link, use code HMA when signing up, and you can follow at All Chiefed Up and tell our picks throughout the entire season. Now back to the show. And that's today's practice. Real injury concerns up front, encouraging signs from Rice and Allen, and a defense that continues to find new names to get excited about. If this kept you caught up and saved you the scroll, hit that like button for me and subscribe so you never miss a single camp update for the rest of the season. Plus, this is going to be a wild 2026, so follow along and enjoy the ride.